Greetings, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Wisdom Moments on K24 with Miss CJ Atemo the Sage. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are right. Regardless of what has happened in the last few weeks, I hope that you are keeping well. I'll be talking a little bit about that, the things that happen in our lives and we don't seem to be able to go past them. But before I do that, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo. We're building up fine, but I would love for you, especially those of you who are joining me for the very first time here, I'd love for you to be part of that journey. So please subscribe to CJ Atemo on YouTube and set notifications, watch, like, post your comments, and share as well, so that people who are also within your circles, rather, would be able to benefit from the talks that we have. I'm so encouraged by the feedback that I get from various of you who keep on coming into the DMs and the inboxes and sending in messages, sometimes of encouragement, just to let me know that we're doing a great job, and others with the questions and seeking all kinds of help. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. All my social media platforms are CJ Atemo everywhere, so connect with me on LinkedIn and all over the place. So appreciative again for Panari Hotel just giving us the opportunity to be shooting from right over here. So kindly check out Panari Hotel along Mombasa Road. Of course, there's another in Nyahururu as well, but the Panari Resort. But we're coming to you from Mombasa Road, Panari Hotel, that is along the expressway, or Mombasa Road, whichever one you choose to say, several kilometers or halfway from the city, halfway from the airport, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. That's about 6 kilometers apart. Check it out for all your accommodation needs, conference needs, for your social needs. If you're coming in for fun and fanfare, this is a very good place for you to come to, and it'll be so good. Well, today I want to begin talking about getting unstuck. Getting unstuck. Whether it is in relationships or traumas or just experiences that people have had, sometimes we take too long to move on for various reasons as well. It could be our personality, it could be how we process things, it could be fears that we have, it could be just how we are socialized. But sometimes we take too long to move on. The thing that we've got to understand is that every time that you spend on your past is being robbed from your future. Every time you don't move to the future, you are taking from your future and giving to your past. So even today, when you stay in one spot, either worrying, not forgiving, staying in bitterness, anger, or just stuck in the traumas of your past, you're robbing yourself of today because you're still living in your life yesterday. So how is it, or how would we then get unstuck? The first thing that I would want you to know is that yesterday was a lesson. Yesterday was a lesson. Everything that you have gone through has taught you something, has built you somehow. Whether it broke you or it nearly killed you, the fact that you're here, you have learned something. You may have been conned money. You may have been betrayed. You may have been slandered. You may have faced malice. But everything and every single one of those things that happened to you or happened to you taught you something. It could have taught you to put up some boundaries, could have taught you not to trust too much, could have taught you to do due diligence. If you've lost, for example, money in a deal, that teaches you the next time to do due diligence. So you are not really in the same place that you were yesterday. You are better, you are wiser because you have lessons. You have to treat that experience as a lesson for you to let it go. No one wants to stick in a class forever. You learn and you move. That's exactly how you need to treat life. However painful it is, you treat it as a lesson that you had and was necessary for you to learn, then you move from it. If you look at the experience as a monument, then you will never let it go and you will keep getting stuck right there. And even in the worst of situations, somebody will tell me, well, that's easy to say. In certain cases, that's not very easy. See, it's got to be, first of all, from the mind, that you have to begin telling your mind, I'm not going to let this thing to hold me down. I learned my lessons from it. You learned whom not to trust, or you learned whom to trust. You learned what to believe, or you learned what not to believe. You learned what to do, or you learned what not to do. You learned how to go about things, or you learned how not to go about things. Hopefully you did. Because if you move through an experience and go through an experience and never learn anything, then the experience has been wasted. However painful, however good it is. Because sometimes we also get stuck at successes. We get stuck at the positive things that happen in our lives and we never move past them. Have you ever had people who all they talk about are the stories of their wins in the past? The glory days, and they talk about the good old days. They never go past those good old days. So it's not just the bad things that get us stuck. Even the good things could make you get stuck. You can get stuck at the happiness you used to have. You could get stuck at the days you used to have money. You could get stuck at the days you had a job. Get stuck at when you had a car. Get stuck at when you were young. You can get stuck at your youthful energy and days. And you'd be growing older. You'll be getting to your 40s and 50s and still trying to behave and look like you were when you were 20 years because you were stuck over there. You were stuck. So you compete. Sometimes you even have children, but you're competing with them. You want to dress like them. You want to hang out where they are hanging out. You want to be as cool as they are. You want to speak their language. And you've got to understand, listen, you lived your 20s. Don't get stuck there. You need to get unstuck. You learned your lessons from there. And the people who are in their 20s now would want to learn from your experiences, the lessons that you had. They're experiencing that for the very first time. They are scared for the first time. They are trying to navigate through careers and work and money and relationships. And some of them are having their first babies and they are scared and they don't know what to do, whether they're male or female. And if you get stuck at where you were, at where they were, rather where you were and where they are right now, you rob them of the benefit of the lessons that you have learned. Somehow, no matter how good or how bad experiences have been, ladies and gentlemen, use them as lessons. Look at yesterday as lessons that you learned, good or bad. Each one of them is adding to who you are becoming. And each one of them has built you in a way to who you are right now. If you had not gone through what you went through, if you had not experienced what you experienced, you probably would not have the character and the mettle that you have right now. You would not know what you know. You would not be the way you were right now. You are wiser because of what you have been through before. You are better because of both the profits and the losses, the wins and the losses that you have had before, the heartbreaks and the joyful moments that you have. All of those have worked together to build up the person that you are right now. And you are better just because of all of those experiences. Don't allow yourself to get bitter, and don't even allow yourself to get stuck at what you think was success and good, because any day, the best is always ahead of you. Well, I hope that this has been helpful to you as we begin this conversation on getting unstuck. I hope that it will motivate you to do the right thing, and that is to move from where you are right now to the future that you desire to go into. You cannot keep going forward if you keep looking back. Well, this has been Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo the Sage, coming to you from the Panari Hotel. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo, and connect with me everywhere, CJ Atemo. Till the next time, keep it right here.